So now that we have our dashboard set up, we're going to click our drop down, go to our workflow dashboard and click into it. And once we're in here, then we're going to hit the little plus button to add a component. And the component type is general. And then down here, we're going to do the drop down where it says applications, and we're going to change this to custom navigation. And for component title, we're going to say project setup. And I'm actually going to change the height of it as well. I'm going to make it 300. Okay, so down here in my link details is where I tell the system what I want to do and where in the system I go to do that. So the first thing is set up project. And where on the menu do I need to find that? So I'm going to type in project, which isn't going to get me anywhere close to where I need to go, but I'm going to scroll all the way down. Projects is near the bottom. And this, I wish that this was a little easier to navigate, but we're going to keep on scrolling and we're going to get to projects. So we're going to put projects in here. Okay, so we set up our project. That's our first step. Then we're going to add cost codes to project, and that's going to happen in the same place. So we're going to go, that doesn't help me. I'm going to scroll all the way down here until I get to projects, and I'm going to hit projects. So I'm going to set up my project, then I'm going to go to my project list, and I'm going to hit add cost codes and do that there. Next step in the process is to set up the project contract. I'm going to hit the drop down. I'm going to scroll all the way down to the project section, towards the bottom. I think I went too far there. Okay. And project contracts. So I'll do my header for my project contract, and then I have to do my lines. So set up PJC lines. And it's in the same place. So I'm going to go to my list of project contracts, and then I'm going to do the lines, add the lines from there. And you might be doing that as an import, which is totally fine, but you can still hit the import button from that screen. So I'm going to do set up my project, add my cost codes, set up my project contract, set up my project contract lines. Next, I would set up my estimates. So let's scroll down to projects once again. I think I went too far. Projects, project estimates. And if you're bringing in your estimates with work breakdown structure, then you're not going to need to add your cost codes to the project, because as you're bringing in the estimates with that WBS, it's going to add the cost codes for you. Okay. And then maybe you want to add your project to your WIP schedule. So the WIP management tool that we use in the system, let's type in WIP here. Still didn't get there, but we're close, I think. Okay, great. WIP. So we're going to do the WIP schedules, and that's how we're going to add the project to the WIP. So that's just your workflow dashboard, and we're going to hit save. And now if I click set up project, it's going to bring me to that screen where I would go to add my project. And, same thing for my cost codes. I'm going to click that button. It's going to add them. I'm going to add them over here. When I want to set up my project contract, it's going to bring me to that particular screen. And then I'm going to hit the lines to set up the lines. And estimates is going to bring me to the estimates section to do that. And if I wanted to add my project to the WIP, it's going to bring me to my WIP schedule tool. So that is setting up your workflow dashboard for a project setup. Obviously, if there's more steps that you need to take in addition to that, absolutely put them in there. And then next, we're going to take a look at change order management.